What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's James here from How To Games, bringing you yet another 100% walkthrough video. And in today's video, we are going to do the final boss in Mulaka, Tarahumara. So, let's get started. So, we have now almost completed our journey, and we are in the final phase of the game to finally defeat and face Tarahumara. But we now have to make our way to the boss battle, and then there's a little bit of surprises for us. So let's just begin here, and we've got a little pathway here, a little journey to the boss battle, as I said earlier. So you just want to make a couple of jumps here, nothing too serious. Another jump here. So now we want to make our way over to the next little plateau. So we'll run and jump and make a bird transformation to make our way to the next one. The next one is a relatively simple jump, but make sure that you are fully onto the next plateau before you stop your transformation. Okay, and the next one, you want to wait until the red little puma trees are up there, and then you want to make your transformation. For some reason, it didn't allow me, so I went a little bit late. So you want to make sure that the red trees are kind of up to the top of that plateau, or else you won't jump on it once you make the transformation, the puma transformation. So it's a puma transformation that you need to make here. Just be patient, and it shouldn't be that difficult. So make the puma transformation, and it wasn't quite high enough, and that is why I failed there. So let's see if third time is a charm. So once again, we will make sure and wait until that rock is in the precise moment, and then we will go and make our transformation. And there we go. We had enough height. And as you can see there, I was a little bit late, but I still got away with it. So you don't have to be absolutely precise. You just have to know what to do there, and it is just a puma jump. So we continue on our pathway, and I highly recommend that you collect aloe along your way to ensure that you have enough health. As this boss requires a lot of health to beat. So there, you want to make sure you want to go to the edge, look down, and then you get the little spots that go over or that are moving up. So you got to be patient and wait for them. And we are ready to meet Tarahumara. So, if you don't have enough supplies, then you can go right ahead and collect whatever you need before entering the battle arena. But since I'm prepared, and now we have 5 enemy bosses before we get to the final boss of Tarahumara. So first off, we have the Mashrei here, the giant scorpion. So the best way is to stay behind the giant scorpion to fight him. If you stay in front of him, he will grab you. It is quite easy for him to grab you like that. So you want to try your best to get in a quick attack, dodge, and get out of dodge. And if you can get behind him, that is the best case scenario that you could be in, and you can attack him relatively easy from that point. So as you can see here, I'm struggling quite a bit here. So you want to go in for quick attacks as much as you can, and then get at a dodge. So I finally had a finisher, so I used it, and that finished him off. And that is the first mini boss. And now we will drop through and back to little point. So if you need to collect some more aloe, go right ahead to collect more soul, to get more soul potions. That is what you should do. There's a couple around the battle arena. I feel like I don't need any more. So now we have the leader of the Mantis Men here, and so this is another battle that we will have to go through. So he has his staff stomp here. So you want to go in for quick attacks until you see that staff stomp. And once you see him go up with it, then you can quickly dodge out of the way. Now he will shortly go into another phase of attack here. And he will soon rise up. So now you have to knock him down with a spear throw. Once you have, you can attack him once again. So there is quite a bit of this, so you want to make sure to attack him. But you also want to make sure that you're clear of the other Mantis Men in your way, as they can be quite a nuisance to what you want to accomplish with defeating the boss here. Now he has cloned himself, and he has you in a circle. So you basically, what you do there is you throw spears at the enemy. Now you will most likely get a clone. Sometimes you will actually find him. If you don't fret. You will see that he will throw a spear at you at the last bit of that animation with all the clones. So you want to quickly dodge there. And as you can see, I have finally beat him. So quite simple there. To recap, you want to make sure in the cloning phase, try to take him down. If not, you can always dodge the process, and then you can throw the spear and knock him down, and that will end that boss. Now we go on to the third stage, and once again, if you need any health, it automatically comes back. So you want to make sure that you want to stock up and make sure that your health is full for these battles. So here I have a finisher here. I have quite a bit of the enemies in my area. Nothing big here. This is actually one of the easier phases, as these toads aren't that difficult to defeat. And as you can see there, I defeated them quite easily. Now I am on to the fourth phase here, and things start to get a little bit more difficult. So if you need more, collect some more aloe. And now we have the Ganko Kabuchi trio here. So as I stated earlier in my last tutorial on this boss, you want to get in and get out as quick as possible, because fists are going to fly at you very quickly here from all directions. Now another little thing that monkey wrench thrown into this battle is that another little bull boss in there. So you actually, what I think is the best strategy is to get rid of him first as much as possible. So just run around, avoid the enemies as much as you can. When you're able to attack that enemy, do so when it's safe, and defeat him first. Then you can go after the trio. So we just have, I think, one more little shot that we have to do with him. And there we go. We've defeated him. So now we can make our focus on the trio here. So you want to go in for a quick attack whenever it's safe to do so, and get out as quick as possible. So go in and get out as quick as possible. Use your finisher whenever it comes available, especially if you're surrounded with all of the enemies, as it makes it much more effective. Get in, get out is the main objective here. And once you dispose of one of these trio, it becomes so much easier. So we have one down, two more to go here. Two down, and oh no, not quite two down here. And okay, so now we have two down, and the last one is, so get in, get out as soon as possible. And that way, we won't take as much damage. And there we go. That is the fourth boss. And now we have one more. Like I recommended before, each phase is to always replenish your health, gather any resources that are available here, as they always regenerate after each boss fight. So here I go, and I finally decide to use some, as I have only 8 soul potions left. Now for me that is more than enough, but for other people less advanced in the game, they might want to make sure that they have enough. So now we have the Ganko. So once again, this boss isn't too difficult. You just want to make sure that you are always sprinting here, as this boss can be quite dangerous if you stay close to him. So you want to keep your distance, be always sprinting, as that will avoid about 95% of his attacks, and wait for his opportunity whenever he stomps down and he gets stuck in the vines. You freeze them, then you use your bear transformation that will knock him down. Now it becomes quite tricky of how to find his head to battle, to take him down, but you can notice here that his body is very dark and his head is a lighter brownish color, so you will be able to distinguish the head to attack it. So we go on to the next little part here. We have attacked him once, and now we just continue our process of sprinting in different directions, avoiding his attacks from a distance, and waiting for our right opportunity to strike. So there we go. I will now freeze the vines, break them, and that will topple the Ganko. And now we can just make our way to the head and go in for an attack. Now, if you use this method, it shouldn't take too much of your health here. Just be very cautious in these later stages, as his movements become a little bit more random. So the best advice, like I said before, is to always stay at a distance from the Ganko, and then you will get a better read of what you need to do to avoid his attacks. So now we can go in for another attack here once we freeze and topple him. So this is the third time we have toppled him, and we have 2 more phases left here. So now he will do a couple more different attacks, but his first one is the roll. Here he will get in a ball and roll, and probably the most effective way to miss that attack is to sprint in a circle like I did there. And now he will continue. This is another attack where he'll throw the big boulder. That is a very hard attack to avoid, but use your best discretion to avoid it. Now we can go in for another attack. And so now we have moved on to another phase. So we want to stay away from the his rolling little ball there. So once we avoid that, we just continue to run, as it is mostly the simplest way to avoid these attacks. So now you want to stay away from that rolling attack once again, but you don't want to be too close to the edge of the battle arena like I did and still get caught. So there we go. We have him toppled, and now we can make our way in for the attack. And now all we need is one more battle here to finish him off. So, as you can see now, his movements are a little bit different. So he's got a little bit different pattern here. So you just want to be cautious of it. Make sure to keep your distance and try not to kind of corner yourself when he does do that rolling technique. Here I actually miss that my attack opportunity, and now we go through that whole battle sequence, the last little sequence again before I get another opportunity to attack. So we be patient here, keep our distance, keep an eye on the Genko's movement here, and we go in for the attack now. We freeze, we break, we topple, and now we can go in for the attack. And that is it. We have now defeated the Genko, and now we are on, finally, to the final boss of the game, Tarahumara. So, like I've recommended before, make sure to collect any supplies that you need. And if you want to add a couple of buffs, you could add rage, but it's not recommended because of the time restraints here, and it doesn't really help you in the battle to have a shield or rage at the moment, as this boss does attacks very quickly and you have to be always on the move. So you really don't have time to heal, add any buffs. So here we go. We are introduced to the final boss, Tarahumara. So what you want to do, my main thing is, you want to sprint in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion here until we find the right opportunity to. So now we have seen that he exposed his heart there, and once he has done that, we will throw a spear, and that will give us an opportunity to attack. So we go in, we go for attack, and you will notice there that we can't. Once we can't attack anymore, or it does no damage, you want to continue that process. So this is the main tactic to defeat this boss. You want to run in a clockwise motion, and you want to sprint as quick as you can. You don't have any time to think, just keep on doing it. And this way you can avoid his attacks until he exposes himself here. And see, you have that window again, so you can throw your weapon, a spear at him, and now you can go in for the attack. So now we have hit him twice there, and we continue this method. Now things become a little bit trickier here, as he will come after us, and he gets to a point where if he gets too close to us, he will claw at us. Now, I was just a tad bit too close to him, and he was able to attack me. So you just keep on sprinting, no matter what happens, you just keep on sprinting, don't stop. Don't stop ever. Just keep on running in a pattern until you see you are free to attack his weak spot. So this phase becomes a little bit tricky, but you just keep on running, and hopefully 95% of the time you will get through. Now we have our weak spot exposed on the enemy, so we can go in for the attack. And you just keep on going. I wouldn't really worry about the other enemies there, even though I got caught by them once. It's not a huge deal. Now you want to keep on sprinting, and he will go underneath the ground and try to attack you from there with a kind of like riptide attack. You can avoid that by just sprinting like we have normally done. So once Tarragoth kind of catches up to you, he will try to slash at you, and you just keep on sprinting, and hopefully you will avoid that maneuver. Now you just keep on going. If you get hit, just keep on sprinting. Keep on sprinting. So you just keep on sprinting around here, and you see here he pops up. You just keep on going, and he will shortly here expose himself. So once he does, you hit him, and now you go in for your attack. So now things are ramping up here, but our strategy still doesn't change. We continue our method of using the technique of running in a circle. So once Tarragoth catches up to us enough, he will slash at us. Now, I usually have a good success rate of escaping that, but not always. It's not a 100% true method of escaping it, but it is a good method. So now he kind of a black goo will kind of go around, so you want to be ready. So you want to go around it. Don't go into it because he will catch you in it. So you want to just go around it, and shortly after that he will expose himself like here, and you can go in for the attack. So I have one finisher, and all I need is one more hit on him and he will be done. But now this last phase is the hardest phase, and he will continue this phase again. So he will go in for slashes, but I continue my method of running. So if you are really good, you can probably get him when he's exposed at certain points, but it's really hard, and it's really short limited time frame to do it. So you want to just kind of stay away from the black goo. Try your best to stay away from him, and you will get your opportunity. So you guys stay patient here. So that's what I'm doing. I got my attack window, throw my spear, and now I can go for the attack. I have my finisher, which I will use, and that will defeat. No, it doesn't defeat Tarragoth. So we have one last phase here, and here he comes after us again. So now I want to continue my continue using my battle technique of running in a circle, keeping an eye on what my enemy is doing here. So you want to just go by him so that, I don't know why he did that, kind of stood in that area, because normally he doesn't do that. So you just want to continue to run here. There will be quite a bit of little riptides of malice or whatever he wants, and then he'll do his little rush attack at you. But you will narrowly escape it as long as you continue to run. And now we have him exposed. This is the final time that I need to expose his heart. And now I go in for the kill. And that is how you defeat the final boss in Tarahumara. And that will complete the 100% walkthrough of Mulaka. Thanks for watching, and take care.